Y'all, I have not watched the Friday's episode of Braxton. I haven't watched the episode yet. I also did not watch Big Kevin or Lil Kevin's full interviews. I didn't care. Lil Kevin was being interviewed, okay, by the Jasmine brand, okay, and they asked him a few things about him, his daddy, and the mama, Traci.
And one of the things that you and your dad have appeared to butt heads over, at least in the media, is your mother's will. Your dad has been very publicly vocal about not necessarily agreeing with everything that has been outlined in the document.
Now, I also feel like it wasn't really Big Kevin who kept having issues. It was more of the sisters, more than Kevin. The sisters was more letting us know that Kevin had an issue, in my opinion.
Can you share with us specifically what he's taken issue with about the will?
So I say the one thing is my mother left her estate and her likeness and rights to me, right? So I guess he's not really clear on why that was taking place.
Now, first of all, he sounds just like his daddy. It's so crazy how much he sounds just like Big Kevin, okay? But even him saying like the issue was he didn't understand why my mom left her like this to me. Again, I can understand Big Kevin having that question, okay? I also feel like none of that had to be public knowledge. To me, it was more of the sisters who let it out. It was more of the sisters who it was more public that they were feuding with Kevin over stuff like that. I feel like the conversation should have never became public. Now, you know, I just posted on my Facebook page. I was like, I need people to prepare for their death and have these kind of conversations so that when you gone, ain't nobody fussing and fighting. Okay, ain't nobody fucking fighting. Because you know, my dad, Ronnie, who has passed away, because he did not have a will, even though he told us what he wanted done, legally, even if someone tells you, you know, do this, do that, if you go to a bank, to a landlord, to whoever else, you can't do anything without something on paper saying you're the person to do things. So because he did not do that, you know, we had to go to probate court just to get things correct. And listening to other families, excuse me, who were fighting over stuff is crazy. I was like, what the fuck is this? We just here to get one little piece of paper. We're not fighting over nothing. But when people pass away and they leave things unclear and they don't have conversation with people and they maybe put things in their will that people think they wouldn't have said, that's what caused discourse. When you put something in your will and then your husband is shocked to know, well, she didn't want me to do stuff? Well, that's shocking, which then causes issues between father and son. You know, and it don't help that your sisters didn't like your husband, and now you ain't here to tell them watch your fucking mouth when it comes to my husband. And even Tracy's point was trying to get Lil Kevin to man up. This wasn't the way to do it, because I'm like, look, no tea, no shade, no disrespect. Lil Kevin seemed a little touched, just a little bit.
because I guess he got told a different thing in his opinion. But as I always said to him, we could be a team. Me and you can work together. We don't have to be like, just because she left it to me, does not mean we can't work together. If you come to me with an idea, we can work, you know.
Mm.
And some grown men don't want to go to their child and say, "Hey, this is my idea." Like, and I think Traci knew that's how big Kevin was, and then maybe she thought it's easier if Big Kevin just had to accept it because it's in writing. You know what I'm saying? So that was part one of one thing, okay? This
An intensive.
This part two about the short clip of a video we saw of them having. Now I said it seemed like they had an argument. I said it seemed like, to me, Lil Kevin pushed Big Kevin, and Big Kevin just, you know what I'm saying, oh, let's do it, okay? And it was more of an argument, and it was a 30-second argument, and I said, we don't know what happened before or after that.
Argument. And it appears to have escalated physically. Can you tell us what that argument was about exactly?
Well, basically, me and my father, we had, it was a disagreement that we had about not only with my mother, but also with me and him, you know. But these are things that we have been working on. We've been working on like a ongoing, like bettering our relationship between each other, because it's always been like a wall between us.
And I feel like when Traci was alive, she was the wall, and not in a negative way. I feel like that was her baby. He's my baby. That's my baby. And Lil Kevin and Big Kevin coexisted because of Traci. And with Traci being gone, the buffer is gone. If you and your dad never had to really coexist without that buffer, when that buffer's gone, it's gonna cause a clash. Because I feel like Big Kevin wants to be in charge. Little Kevin ain't never been in charge. And that's gonna be the whole thing. Even him saying, like, there's always been a wall up, so we're trying to fix that. And I'm like, when they are trying to fix it, no one should be around here letting it play out one-sided on a TV show, and then we keep seeing little clips that escape on social media of them, fighting. Okay, so even him saying, like, we're trying to get better,
but we're knocking it down by communicating more. Because I feel like, as father and son, like, I need my father. And at the same time, I do love my father. He's my last parent right now.
Mm.
So, the incident, it occurred, but from here on out, we're trying to just like mend our relationship.
And I like the fact that he isn't like dogging daddy out. He isn't speaking negative. He just saying, well, look, we got some issues. Okay, we trying to work through our issues or whatever. He's not speaking negatively about his father the way his aunties be doing. Okay, that's the get you gotcha of it all. But again, he like, we okay, it's fine. He also had this to say.
When he came online and addressed it, he said that despite how things may have seemed in the footage, there was no physical altercation between you two. So when you say mistake, exactly, did your dad put his hands on you in that moment? Or is the mistake just referring to the verbal altercation itself?
I'll say it's both. I'm gonna say why. Okay. So it's things that was said between me and him. The hands get thrown. Yes. Did he put his hands on me? Yes. But I say, was it valid or was it, warranted? I'll say no.
Mm.
It happened though. He's not perfect. You know, he's a human being no matter what. But also we can also involve me and him was indulging in alcohol. You know, we was both, you know, drinking at the time, you know, so emotions getting heightened, you know.
So 2 people around here getting drunk. Okay. I don't know why either one of them are doing these interviews. I don't think Lil Kevin or Big Kevin even need to do interviews at all. Okay. I feel like stay off social media. Okay. Find out who leaked that damn video, because that's the true villain. Whoever leaked that footage is the villain. You know, but even as Lil Kevin speaking, even the little clip I saw of Big Kevin talking to, neither one of them are like speaking negatively about the other one. They're kind of saying like, we're going through some things right now, and that's it. I don't get why the sisters are not trying to help them fix it. As Lil Kevin said, he's my last surviving parent. Yes, it was an argument. Yes, he put his hands on me. However, we was both drinking. We both was under influence, whatever. Meaning it was a drunken fight or drunken altercation between father and grown ass son. Because again, Lil Kevin was damn near 30, ain't no kid. Okay, and leave it at that. Okay, so again, right? Case dismissed. Okay, both Big Kevin and Lil Kevin to go off somewhere and hug it out with a good old therapist. Okay, some water, some green tea, and that's it.